Escalating violence, Palestinian death toll reaches $2,000 as Israel strikes Gaza. In the midst of escalating tensions between Israel and Palestine, the death toll in Gaza climbs to a staggering $2,000 as Israeli airstrikes relentlessly pound the besieged territory. The latest wave of violence, sparked by clashes in Jerusalem and the forced eviction of Palestinian families from their homes in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood, has plunged the region into chaos and despair. For weeks, Palestinians in Gaza have endured a relentless barrage of airstrikes and artillery fire from Israeli forces, leaving entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble and claiming the lives of innocent civilians, including women and children. The scenes of destruction and devastation are heartbreaking, as families mourn the loss of loved ones and struggle to cope with the trauma of war. In the face of mounting international condemnation and calls for a ceasefire, Israel shows no signs of relenting, vowing to continue its military campaign until it achieves its objectives. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu insists that the airstrikes are necessary to root out terrorist threats posed by Hamas and other militant groups in Gaza, whom he accuses of launching rocket attacks against Israeli civilians. But for Palestinians living under siege in Gaza, the Israeli onslaught is nothing short of a humanitarian catastrophe, with hospitals overwhelmed, infrastructure in ruins, and basic necessities in short supply. The United Nations warns of a looming humanitarian crisis in the territory, urging both sides to prioritize the safety and well-being of civilians and to allow for the delivery of much-needed humanitarian aid. As the death toll continues to rise and the violence shows no signs of abating, the international community scrambles to find a solution to the crisis. Efforts to broker a ceasefire through diplomatic channels are met with resistance from both sides, as Israel and Hamas refuse to back down from their respective demands. In the United States, President Joe Biden faces mounting pressure to intervene and help bring an end to the bloodshed. But navigating the complex politics of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict proves challenging, with the Biden administration wary of alienating key allies in the region while also upholding its commitment to human rights and international law.